The XTEN gaming mouse pad. Is it a good pad? Is it a bad pad? We're going to find out today. Welcome back to the channel. This is Fatal. If you guys are ready to get into this, let's go. Now the pad itself obviously comes in this nice flat container. It comes in a nice flat box. It's not rolled up. It will be completely 100% flat when you get this. So don't worry about it being all scrunched up and everything else. And it is a beautiful container, and I do appreciate the artwork these guys put into this. And you know, when you get your mouse pad out, basically, you know, you got your little flip thing right here. Pull it up and it's gonna, you know, just come right out. So it's nice and protected. You don't have to worry about all of the regular things you have with a rolled up pad. Going over some quick specs on this mouse pad. It comes in at 3 millimeters. Let's check that out real quick here with my little tool and see what we get. So we get the 3 millimeters just as it says. The pad itself is going to come in at 460 by 400 by 3 millimeters, which is basically an average size. So any of you guys that are wanting a 500 by 500 or something crazy, this probably isn't the video for you to watch. And another thing to throw in real quick is this pad will run you around 99 bucks. So if the price point is a little bit too high for you, then you probably shouldn't watch the rest of the video. The glide on this pad, in my opinion, and everybody's going to have their own opinions about this, I feel like it's a little bit slower than the Artisan Hen. They can be compared to each other, but me personally, I feel like this Hen, the Hen, is going to be a little bit faster than this XTEN. Personally, you know, as looking at it there, you can see that it comes to almost a complete stop pretty fast. But the surface on this thing has kind of got a gritty feeling, almost like the Hen does, but not quite. So, you know, it's not as sandy, gritty feeling as the Hen. But let's get the Hen out over here real quick and show you the difference on this with the speed and stuff. And here we go with the Hen. All right, and it's a little faster, as you can see. I'm pushing at the same force, and it's going across my damn pad. So in my opinion, the Hen's going to be a little bit faster than the XTEN. Now personally, the Hen's going to be a little grittier. It doesn't make any sense, honestly, but it moves faster on this mouse pad than it does on the XTEN so far. So let's pull out the Mercury. And this is the prototype Mercury. I didn't really get the actual finished product. I have the Venus and the Saturn finished product, but I didn't get the Mercury. So, but this is pretty much the same thing with the Mercury. But the Mercury, in my opinion, probably comes closer to the XTEN than the Hen does. So that's the two pads to compare to that. But they're pretty close to the same feeling when it comes to how these pads feel. And you wrist aimers out there, you're probably going to love the XTEN. It's got a really good feeling to it, and you know, it's not too slow to where it's going to not let you pull your hand, your fingers back and forth and everything, and do your little micro adjustments that you're wanting to do. So just to give you kind of a close-up of the different textures on these mouse pads, you got the Artisan Hen right here in front, and as you can see, you know, it is what it is. And then you go over here, the Mercury. It's pretty close to the Mercury when it comes to what the texture looks like on these things for the tops of them. And then we go over here to the XTEN, and it's a very little subtle difference. Obviously, it's probably a little more grittier, less grittier than the Artisan Hen is. I would say the Hen and the Mercury are pretty damn close to each other, kinda, but not quite when it comes to the texture of the mouse pads. So yeah, with that being said, as you can see up nice and close there, you know, the pads are pretty similar when it comes to how the texture of these pads are. There is no stitching on this pad, so you guys that are going to be playing with this pad, if you're arm aimers and stuff, I don't see it messing with your arm too much when you're in the game. If it bothers you too much, you can just get you an arm sleeve to put on it, you know, and everything else. But it does not have stitching on the edge of the pad, as you can see. which you probably seen in earlier in the video. You know, me personally, you know, I've had some of the QCK mouse pads and that don't have the stitching on them, and after a little while, and even some of the Logitech mouse pads, they tend to fray after a little while here on the edges. You know, obviously within the month I've been using this, I have no fraying on this pad, but that's the one chance you're gonna have to take with the pad as time goes on, and as you own this pad. You know, personally, it's not really a game changer when it comes to the fraying on this thing, but you know, it would have been awesome to have seen some stitching on this versus just the, you know, the square pad without any stitching, because we all know how these pads are without the stitching on them. The bottom of this mouse pad uses a synthetic rubber, and so far I've actually tested this on my actual desktop here. This kind of smooth, and it is probably going to be very good for most gaming desktops. You know, wood, glass, you know, all of that good stuff. And you know, it's kind of a, you know, it's not sticky, but it's definitely going to be a good pad for keeping on your desk. It's not going to slide around on your desk any. And let's get this turned around back here, right? But as you can see, obviously it's sitting on top of the Venus here, but it's not going to slide around anywhere. And you know, if we have to, we can pull this off here, and I can put it on my desk as well, just real quick, right? And show you on that as well. Let's just scoot this over here just a little bit and give you a test on that. So this is on the regular desk itself. So as you can see, it's not moving anywhere whenever I push down on this mouse pad. And you know, as you can see, you know, it's not moving the mouse pad around, you know, as I'm actually going over this mouse pad, you know. So I think you're going to be happy with that part of it, so you ain't got to worry about it slipping all over the place. One other quick thing before we do a conclusion on this mouse pad. Now, you're going to get different glides on this mouse pad, you know, with using different kinds of skates. You know, your Tiger Ice skates are obviously going to be probably a little bit faster. Then you got your core skates that are, you know, kind of in between. You got your Tiger Arc skates. I don't have any Tiger Arc skates actually available, but I have a feeling that those Tiger Arc skates will be probably some good skates to actually go for this, go with this XTEN pad. So all those things you can get from Lethal Gaming Gear, and they have plenty of them in stock for most of your gaming mice. In conclusion, for me, I think the pad's a little overpriced, to be honest. Yes, it does come from Japan. Yes, it is a good high quality pad. Is it worth more than probably some of the Artisan Hinds, or maybe the, you know, Lethal Gaming pads, or maybe, you know, some of your other reasonably priced pads, some of your Odin pads, you know, like the Infinity and stuff like that? You know, the price point on this thing I think is a little bit too high. That's would be probably the biggest turnoff for me, you know, buying this pad. And probably there's going to be quite a few too now, other people that are probably going to feel the same way. Now, if you're, you know, a video game artist, and you know, you just got to have the best, you know, then, and you've got the money for it, this is definitely a pad to go for. Me personally, I recommend the pad. It's definitely a very good gaming pad, and it's just really enjoyable. I play a lot of Battlefield 2042 on this, and I've actually, you know, I would say, you know, Battlefield 4 and everything else, but I've actually not played with Battlefield 4 on this pad. But I have done plenty of Battlefield 2042, and I'm going to have a little bit of footage here for you guys. So after this video, please stay tuned to watch the little bit of video we got going there for that. You know, I love you guys, and I hope you guys will tune back in. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the like button and the bell to show your support. All my links can be found in my link tree that I will have in the description below, and I will have a link as well through Lethal Gaming Gear to purchase this pad if it's something you would like to get. And with all that being said, this is Fatal, signing out.